What's up, Bladers, and welcome back to another set of the week where we're going to look at Fantasy Finale 1167-2, a set in which I don't really know the parody of. But let's go ahead and get into it. While most of the cards in this set doesn't look like it's kind of like going with each other or having the same effect, they kind of do have that same vibe of there's a play effect and there's a flip effect in it. Mostly with the flip effect is negative. Though, but anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the first card. Skymaster, the clock blade, has a play effect in which players have a choice between either losing 15 RP or flipping a card in their tableau. And also we have a flip effect with negative 15 RP and then a score effect, gain 15 RP. Now it is a very awkward card because it's kind of like some of the cards that you can find in 80-2400, but it does have a flip effect, but which actually goes very well with the next card. 15 points is actually not too bad if you're going to lose it, especially if you're going for that strategy for 80-2400, and if you're going to keep it open anyway, 15 actually is still okay. And next we have Apprentice Alchemist Marley. She has a play effect that you can play the next card at random onto your tableau, which will give you RP equal to twice its star value. It's actually pretty good to play this one at near the end when you don't have to play random. You probably want to bring a little less cards, or at least enough cards that you can just play almost any of them into your tableau that actually just benefit you. It does have a really awesome flip effect in which that if she flips, she gives you another play action in which she copies it from another card. So this would be really well if you're gonna go with Sky the Clockmaster Blade. So with the flip ability, so you would play her first, play Sky, and you do her ability with, you can either do Sky's ability or you can play another ability. Next is the level 1 slime. Now this one is a little tricky to do. It's better played with more players so you can have the most amount you can get. Even though there are 6 different types, you can only score up to 5 in a 5-player game. You also include the card you discard yourself. So the max will be 35 in a 5-player game, but you may be looking maybe at least 1 or 2 to 3 types being discarded. So at least either 14 or 21 points, which is actually not too bad, but it does have that flip effect, so you want to play at the right time, perhaps in the beginning of the tournament, so where everyone can discard a different type what they're going for anyway. So I can't really recommend this card. It doesn't really work really well with anywhere, but it's just there because it's a level 1 slime. And next we have Blizzard Angst. This guy seems to have a lot of internal problems, but anyway, he does have a play effect that gives you 6 RP for each empty slot in your tableau, which means you want to play this as early as possible. It will give you an extra benefit if you are having an extra slot either with cosplay or with sure winner. It has a very nasty flip effect in which it will take back most of that RP anyway. Do be careful. So it is a play effect, like an early score effect basically. So you do flip it, and goodbye RP. And of course, the last one we have is our super rare, which is Mago Roth. Mago Roth. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop that because copyright infringements. Anyway, so I think this is a really interesting card. It does have a play effect that you gain 16. Very good, but it has a very interesting ongoing effect in which you can play down cards and gain 16 RP for that each time you do it. Now, I don't really delve into the expansion set yet, but I'm pretty excited for this one and try out this combo. If you do follow some of the newsletters they're giving out for the Kickstarter for Millennium Blades, a very interesting deck you can actually get in which that all flip cards will become unflipped, and then all the unflipped cards will be flipped. So do look for that one. That's the only one I can think of doing this one. I don't know how would you play this with Hellbane's Moving Castle, which turns all your face down cards with mimicry, so they actually copy the elements and the types of the card before it. And so you can get a good combo there, and it's pretty nice for actually if you're going for a mono deck. And lastly, we have the deck, the Chocobo box. This is a very odd scoring deck in which that you need 4 exact cards with 4 exact types and elements out there, but you score an amazing 45 RP. That's really high, but I think it's also very hard to actually try to do and make and actually score that card. But if you have the right cards, you can probably go ahead and do it, but you just have to really know how to set this up. So I think you have to, near towards the end of the tournament, try to set up your tableau in order to score this deck. Now, as for synergy wise, it's not the best to collect all the cards and put it into your deck for the tournament. I think it works better just a little more accent to your deck in the tournament. But they do require a bit more, either a very specific place you actually should place them, either at the end or at the beginning of your tableau. I don't recommend actually going for these cards, just a bunch of them for it, but some cards can actually do work with each other. But most of the time, it's better to just go ahead and put it into some other types of decks. I think the best cards that work with the core deck are both Marley and Magaroth. Magaroth can actually just work almost anywhere, I think, and it can even be its own self in a deck. But I think Marley actually just works a little better, especially it has a flip effect and a play effect. So look for flip effects. I don't know if there are many in the core deck, but there are probably some around there. She does have that copy ability, so if she gets flipped, make sure that you do set up her for some of those cards in there. So look for good play effects when you're playing with her. And as for other sets around the store, I think that you can really pair. I think Marley is like the most like all-purpose card in this set. A little bit more Magaroth. So is Blizzard, but you just for the other two, you have to find a way to really score those cards. Basically, for if you find a very good play kind of thing that can be copied, go ahead and just lose Marley for it. I think I was successful trying to do Millennium Masters with that. So they have really high. The Millennium Masters actually do require a bunch of high star power. So you can kind of start from here, try to get as much high star power, star ranking as much as you can. Then go ahead and score those plays, and then you can actually rescore them again with Marley, so you can actually score quite a lot with that. Alright, that's all I have to say about this set. In summary, most of the cards do have very good, powerful play effects, but do be careful with about 3 out of 5 of them, because they have pretty awful flip effects that can actually hurt you. I really like Marley and I really like Magaroth, so actually look for those cards if it shows up in your store deck. I'd also like to say that don't let me do all the talking. I would love to hear what you think about this set. Please leave your comments below and we can go ahead and have a discussion down there about how this set could work and can benefit you in the tournaments. And don't forget to like and share. And that's all. So until next time, see you later, Bladers.